My name is Poonam Puntambekar. I'm really excited about my e-portfolio. This is one place for everything about you. This is a digital portfolio called e-portfolio, to be more precise. Uh, the main aim of this course was to make yourself available online so that you have resources for your students. To start with, talking about students, I'll be a future science teacher, and this is really important for me so that I share something very important with my students, few resources about me with the future employers and the things like that. So let's get into this. We started with some IST standards where we understand student standards and teacher standards. IST standards are the international standards for digital literacy, where the students also need to have some kind of standards. Students have to reach those standards, and even teachers in the classroom will have to follow those standards while teaching. So I'm lucky to understand both the sides, like being a student and also as a future teacher, what standards I need to follow being in the classroom as a teacher. So to start with, this is my homepage where you see my profile, and these are the 4 steps that I follow when I am studying, and also I would suggest this to my students. The 4 steps include hypothesis-driven thinking, which is nothing but the goal setting. The assessment where you talk about your strengths and weaknesses. Intended learning, you work on your weaknesses and you strengthen your strengths. And then shadowing with ethics is nothing but you practice and practice. There is no substitute for hard work. So in the about me section, I just mentioned about my work, wherein I just started putting up my resume, an introduction video of myself, all the work that I did till late, being a part of students, to be a part of volunteering activities, to be a part of research, which I really enjoy doing. This is all about me. Then we started with few of the assignments where we had to understand these IST standards, and how do we do that in our professions, future professions. As a student, this was the kind of training that we were doing. So the first thing that we started with was we understood the student IST standards for students and teachers. We just wrote some insights about those. We understood what are we going to do in this course so that we end up with learning something. Then the next important thing that I really liked here was engaging learners, wherein we created a flowchart for a 6 months period of time to understand what a teacher actually does on a real-time basis, so that she or he plans in advance for the students. Then we went on and understood different ways to gauge students' performance through our teaching. We created a Google Doc. We started with a Google form wherein we record their feedback. Then we made an infographic based on those collected data. This is the area which really gives me an insight in areas of improvement for me as a teacher, and also as an areas of improvement for the students. Then we went into the next part that I really appreciate now, is the favorite part of me that I liked, was augmented reality, virtual reality and mixed reality version. This is an area where we create content for the students with augmented reality or virtual reality or mixed reality. Augmented reality is something which was taught to us by using few apps like MergeCube and Quiver. Here you can see the videos. We were also given hands-on experience by using these apps and making lesson plans accordingly. Making this lesson plan was really a challenge because I had to think about the concept in different ways, and that really made me understand how a student needs to understand the concept, how a teacher needs to understand a student with different perspectives. Then we finished this with a IST standards reflection again. So where we started, what we knew, and where do we stand right now. This is a huge area. This is just a beginning of ePortfolio. There's a lot that can be added to this, and there is no end to learn this or improve my ePortfolio. The reflection I wrote about were 3 points where I really feel confident about out of all the standards that we started with. There's a lot to go in still, as I already said, and this is all about my ePortfolio. I would like to thank everyone who helped me, who collaborated with me, and a special thank to the Professor Stephanie Daniel who helped us to learn this, make this, and get it to the shape it is today. Thank you.